about 5 minutes after the opening credits start rolling, she just takes my hand and she puts it right, boom.
Nice.
Right on the boob.
Wait, she took your hand?
Yeah.
So did
Aggressive.
you just the next hour 45?
You squeeze a little bit.
How many other people were in this theater?
It was packed. it may have been opening weekend for Good Will Hunting. So yeah, I loved Good Will Hunting.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Welcome back to microdosing, nanodosing, small dosing, baby dose. It is Tuesday. It is March 18th, and today's show is brought to you by Game Time. The best part of college basketball is here. We know that you're as excited as we are to watch some big upsets throughout the tournament. Big T, why don't you pull up Game Time on your phone real quick? Let's see what the get-in price is for the Tennessee game.
Okay.
How about that? Check it out. It's bracket season, March Madness. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. And while we're streaming in the cave, you can get out to see the action in person with Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Plus, the Game Time Picks feature makes it even easier to find the great deals on the seats that you want. You can even find last-minute tickets for the tournament for up to 60% off quickly and easily. Just pull up your chosen event, turn on the GT Pick setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. The Tennessee game, Tennessee, Wofford.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this. Well, so you get Tennessee Wofford, and then you get Utah State UCLA. So you get both.
Good deal.
What do you think that should cost?
Where is it?
Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
Rupp Arena, iconic arena.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of Tennessee fans going to it. You get 2 games. I think you're looking at $179.
You're not going to believe this. I can get you in there for $23.
Shut up.
I swear.
Rupp Arena?
Mm-hmm. That's on Game Time. Those other bullshit websites, I don't know what it costs.
Adolph's place?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, people don't talk about that.
That's a great deal. So all you do, you log on and you search for GT Picks, and they've got great curated deals for all tiers of tickets. You know that you're getting the top option when you see the super deal icon. What are you waiting for? Buy those Tennessee Wofford games tickets right now with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code MACRO, get $20 off that first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MACRO, $20 off. Download that app today. Game Time. What time is it? Game Time.
Who?
All right, we're back. It's nano dosing. Hope everybody had a good St. Patrick's Day weekend. You guys drink any green beer?
No, I don't drink
No
beer.
green beer, yeah.
So I got pinched twice in the office today.
Was one Stephen Che?
One was Stephen
He
Che.
came up and pinched me and said, "You're not wearing green." I said, "Are we 9 years old?"
And it wasn't really a pinch. It was like just kind of he
I was
grabbed my arm.
assaulted.
Yeah. He grabbed my arm, and then he was like, "Ha, pinch ya. Gotcha.
Sounds-
Not wearing green." And I was like, damn it, he got me. But I observed St. Patrick's Day on the Saturday.
So that was my
Yeah.
other thing. How many days are St. Patrick's Day? So Friday was St. Patrick's Day. Then Saturday was, I could have sworn was St. Patrick's Day. Yesterday took a little bit of a lull.
Yeah.
But then today actually is. So it's a 4-day thing?
4-day holiday, yep.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And so he pinched me, and then Max was like, what was that? I was like, well, I'm not wearing green today. And then Max is like, so? Max had never heard of getting pinched on St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
I thought that was like a universal thing.
I certainly hadn't in the last 20 years,
Right.
Being an adult and all, but I do recall in elementary school that being a thing.
You're also not a pinchable guy.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard.
Some guys are pinchable, some aren't. I don't think I would not go up to you and pinch you because that's nonsense.
Yeah, agreed.
And you don't like nonsense.
0 days since our last nonsense in
It's
this
like-
office.
You're 50% anti-nonsense, 50% anti-horseplay.
Uh-huh.
And that involves both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I felt like every kid growing up got pinched, right?
Yeah.
Well, you had to wear green to
Well, I was
avoid
wearing
it.
green.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
like that was a rule when you were growing up.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a universal thing across the United States, right?
Mhm.
Did y'all ever have? I don't remember if it's kindergarten or first grade, but we went to lunch, and then we came back and the leprechaun had fucked up our classroom.
Yeah.
That bastard.
Oh,
Yeah.
messed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, chairs were strewn all over the place. Desks were, everything was taken out of him. He was a real bastard.
I think we would like leave our shoes out in the hallway, and then they'd like leave us a present or shoes.
See, we did that
Really?
for-
I don't know.
A shoe stocking.
I don't know why I'm remembering.
We did that for
as
St.
Patrick-
Nick's Day.
Yeah, that might have been it.
What is St. Nick's Day?
Because that was
St.
religion
Nicholas
class.
Day. It's Santa.
Yeah,
Oh,
that might have been that.
But it's
Y'all had
December
Santa working overtime?
It was December 6th is St. Nick's Day.
His busiest time of the year?
Wait, December 6th is St. Nick's Day, and you would leave a pair of shoes out,
Yeah, that's what. It
and
was.
then he would drop little candy and treats in your shoes. And my mom, or St. Nick, would put freaking peppermints, or what's the candy canes, on every window in the house.
There's a pre-Christmas? I never got this. Is
Yeah.
this a
St. Nick's
Catholic?
Day?
St. Nick's
deal?
Day.
I think it's a Catholic
because
thing.
it's like it's the feast day of St. Nick.
because I did it like in religion class. Like it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, St. Nick's Day. It's always December 20th or December 6th. But like St. Nick is Santa.
I'm
mean-
aware of that.
Yeah.
I have never heard of December 6th.
Yeah. My mom still sends me like a care package every December 6th to celebrate St. Nick's Day.
That's kind of wild.
And they put them in your shoes. So then I had a special pair of little slippers that I never wore, but they were my St. Nick's shoes.
That's kind of wild. I feel like, yeah.
That might be
I'm
a
Big
Catholic.
T. Let's give Santa
No,
a
it's
break.
definitely a Catholic.
I think
thing.
it's a Catholic thing.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is working his ass off, probably 20-hour days at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, we got to call him in for pre-Christmas.
Yeah. That's what we
Well-
did. I love St. Nick's Day. Well, it's like a what's the beak?
Gets you. What kind of presents are we talking about for St. Nick's?
like candy.
Candy.
Nothing like
Nothing
not
big.
real presents.
So
I
it's,
was-
it's kind of like an appetizer for the
Yes.
stocking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the stocking is an appetizer for the big gift.
Presents. Yep.
It's gone too far.
It's an hors d'oeuvre.
It's gone too far.
I love St. Nick Day.
I discovered a new kind of guy over the weekend. I want to talk about it real quick.
Okay.
So we've discovered a lot of different conspiracies here on Macrodosing, a lot of different ways that people's brains work, especially online. There is a new type of conspiracy guy that I found, and it was in reply to a viral post about sunscreen. And I've heard about the anti-sunscreen truthers. I've heard about them before. So this was a post from Riley Check. Holistic Grenade is Riley Check's handle. 70% of white people reported that they use sunscreen at the beach in 2022. That actually, to me, seems low. I feel like it'd be higher than that. 10% of white people reported that they used sunscreen at the beach in 1975. In 1975, there were approximately 30 skin cancer cases per 100,000 people. In 2022, there were approximately 1,691 skin cancer cases per 100,000 people. That's more than a 400% increase in skin cancer cases. Does anyone else find this odd? By the way, that's way, way more than a 400% increase. That's, I think, like 40,000% increase. But I guess saying it's more than 400 is still true. There's a big anti-sunscreen community that is convinced that sunscreen is what's causing skin cancer, not going outside of the sun. Obviously, they're full of shit, but they're just like taking causation and correlation and fucking that up in their own brain. It also might have something to do with the fact that we diagnose way more skin cancer cases because we check for more skin cancer cases. So in the replies, I found a new guy, a new kind of guy. His username is Dim Sun. His reply was, "It's also a different sun. Hashtag sun simulator. Harsh white LED light, not golden and gentle." There's a community, and if you search hashtag sun simulator, you'll find a community of people that believe that the sun was replaced and we have a new sun. A different sun than the one that we had back in 1975 that was golden, caring, warm, wore sunglasses, had a big smile. We'd put 2 scoops of raisins into your cereal.
Have you seen
That was
this?
the good sun.
Fake angular simulator sun, lens flare shows me the truth.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people that take pictures of the sun on their phones, and then they're like, what is this that showed up in the picture? Because the sun fucked with their camera. They don't understand really how cameras work. But
A lens flare.
I have so many questions about the fake sun. So many. When did they replace it? What did they do with the old sun?
Yeah.
Where did they build the new sun? Because apparently it's LED light now. It's not a sun, and if you point your camera directly at it, you can see the sun turning on and off. Again, people that have no idea how cameras work and how light filters work, but they'll point their camera right at the sun and then notice that it gets dimmer and then it gets brighter again. And you can only see it with your camera, and they think that it's a new sun, the sun simulator.
This is a great tweet. It's just a guy who took a picture of the sun, and it says, if you think this is normal, I don't know what to tell you. Hashtag we are being radiated. Hashtag sun simulator. Like, it's just a very normal picture of the sky.
If you think this is normal, it's literally the sun.
Maybe they swapped it out during the eclipse.
That's what I was thinking. Is that
Like, so it goes dark, obviously.
That's
and
what-
they tell you not to look.
Yeah. Why? What are they trying to keep you from looking at?
Right.
That's when they changed the bulb out.
The replacement, yeah.
But the sun is pretty big. It's a large thing. So I want to know what they did with the old sun. And this is also another good post. It's a field of sunflowers they've all turned their back on the fake sun because they know that it's not real. Like nature knows. Yeah, it's just a bunch of videos of a very regular looking sun. They're like, look at this shit. This is crazy. Because their whole thing is back in the day, the sun was yellow, and now the sun's white.
Okay. I could get on board with that.
Have you ever noticed that?
This tweet, like these things, I don't even understand what they're saying. This guy said, why do you think NASA needs a sun simulator as if we will be loosening access to the sun? It comes back every day. But let's launch a satellite into the firmament that will simulate the real sun. Hashtag false flag event. Hashtag NASA lies.
This other person claims that they've found where the sun simulator is. And it's a video from a weather balloon. And I guess it's just very, very close to Earth. It just like hangs up in the sky. It's not far away. And one of the hashtags that they use on it is hashtag sky bastards.
I will tell you, these guys are great at hashtags.
Yeah, the sky bastards one is pretty strong. And you can see it very clearly at the South Pole, according to them. Yeah, this is good stuff. I don't know how these people manage to get through day-to-day life without dying every day. Like just walking accidentally in front of a train.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would say that you can't die. It's all a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Can we get a sun simulator guy on?
Yeah, I would love
I would
to.
love that.
I would love to. Can we try to find these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
Send us that tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to reply to them because I was fascinated by this person's brain. Dim Sun, I said, I'm interested to hear more about the new sun. When did they switch it? What did they do with the old sun? I always thought something was up with this one. And then it occurred to me it's like in a sitcom when they replace a character and they just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Just a new character. They did that with Aunt V on Fresh Prince.
Mm-hmm.
They did that with Jerry's dad on Seinfeld too. There's a different Mr. Seinfeld, season 1.
This is my favorite one. So it's just a picture of the sun with like a little bit of a lens flare, and it says hashtag sun simulator construction ? I guess they're insinuating this is like scaffolding on the new sun in
Yeah.
the sky. And then someone replied and just said, bingo, nobody knows about this.
Bingo.
Nailed it.
Yeah, this is big on Facebook. I'm on Reddit, and there are a lot of Facebook people that are in on this.
Oh, yeah?
Makes sense.
Tell me about them.
There's a post that I'm seeing from r/Facebook Science, which I cannot wait to dive into later. Real sunsets versus fake simulator. Real sunsets show a deep orange ball that rests in the clouds, leaving a long flat reflection upon the flat water, and gently reflect the firmament above. The light is warm, yellow, and beautiful. Simulator sunsets are hexagonal, give off a horrible blue-white light that's simply far too bright. Creates a comically hazy yet pointed shape that is never perfectly round, as the sun should be. There's often a dark spot in the center. It gives off weird, long, bright blue rays and feels totally unnatural the more you look. And the pictures that they are showing are of actual sunsets and then just The simulator ones are just taken at noon in the
Okay.
middle of the day.
Got it.
But then replies to this post is LED simulator is what I'm now calling this thing in the sky. It isn't the sun. I remember gazing in several years back. Nothing is as it seems here in this illusory realm. I think they wanted to say something else.
Illusory, yeah.
Illusory realm and the rabbit hole of lies. Artificiality and the deception goes much deeper than most care to decode or research. And then someone said, so what happened to the real sun? Simply curious and not being snide. Also, last week I noticed the sun going down in a direction I've never seen it go down before. Northwest instead of westward.
Could that be just a different season?
Who knows? And then they said, yes, I am just aware I see the sun. What we see is now rising and moving in a pattern I have not seen. I am nearing 70 years old. Shocking. In my parents' home and aware if the sun reaching areas in the garden and windows. Nothing, including this weird ultra blinding entity. It is not the sun.
I found another very funny post here that says the sun is powered by nuclear power. The new sun. The new sun's powered by nuclear power, and it gives people radiation poisoning. That's actually true. That person described how the sun works accurately, like the real sun.
He came all the way back around.
He came all the way. He's like, this new sun is powered by some sort of nuclear reaction that I can't figure out, and it emits harmful radiation.
It can kill you if you stand out there long enough.
People don't talk about that. Yeah. When are we going to stand up for ourselves? How many levels deep do you think I need to get into reading about the sun simulator until somebody blames it on Jews?
Not that far.
I think it's probably, if I spend 15 minutes, I think I'll probably track it down.
I mean, this is a dangerous search, but I mean, got to do it.
Yeah, sun simulator, hashtag Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be there.
Not a ton, not a lot. I'm just getting, well, this could be just the new Twitter shitty search function.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not seeing a ton.
I would play a sun simulator game.
Me too. I've been looking for a new sim. I think I might do Border Police.
That sounds like fun.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've
beat power washing.
Really?
I've bought all the add-ons. I've done, so they had the regular game, then you got to pay $8 a pop if you want to keep playing the game for the Shrek pack and the Alice in Wonderland shit.
Mm-hmm.
They have all these weird like cross-platform like IP deals, but I've beat all those now, so I need a new simulator.
Have you done trains?
So I looked at trains. I looked at 18-wheelers. But I want to. I don't know. I'm still on the market. So if anybody has a great simulator that you've been playing, send it to me. I will take it under advisement. I've been looking for several.
Yeah, the truck driving one doesn't really do it for me. I don't get that one.
Yeah,
You're just driving.
I liked it at first, but then I looked more into it and I'm like, there's really nothing here.
You're just doing a job.
You get new trucks though, which is cool.
That is cool. You can upgrade.
But yeah, so we're looking at there's some cop ones. There's some I could go back to lawn mowing. I mean, that's been a couple years off.
Do they have teacher simulator?
There might be.
Principal?
There's you can like run a gas station. I bet there's some sort of educator one.
Yeah. Somebody should make a Dave Portnoy simulator.
That could make a killing.
Press X to boot Miss Peaches. Yeah, I'm fascinated by these people, the Sun Simulator people. I will be digging deeper into that. You can bet your bottom dollar I will. I'm gonna get to the bottom of that. Apparently, it's a big thing on TikTok too. I don't know how we missed this.
I'm not. My echo chamber is not that on TikTok. Those aren't sneaking through the cracks.
They're not. You don't get any weird shit that just pops up.
I do, but then I swat it. Not like that weird, but then I swat it down. I say not interested in this creator.
Oh, so you curate your algorithm.
Oh yeah, I am in an echo chamber of my own making.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really great. But those types of people, no. I'll get those types of people, but it's like Stitch incoming, and then it's explaining why they're crazy.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Big T, congrats on your Tennessee Volunteers making it to the SEC championship game. Congrats on
That sounds like a backhanded compliment.
Congrats on getting a 2 seed. That's big.
Thanks. Yeah.
Where were you guys last year?
2.
2 seed. Okay. So, but you basically have a couple home games.
Not too far. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to go?
No.
Watch on stream?
Yeah, got to be here.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good about getting to the Sweet 16. And then after that, I mean, there's a potential just nightmare scenario looming.
Go on.
Well, you know who we could probably play in the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kentucky.
Yep.
Would not be. It'd be the worst week of my life. From
Yeah.
Saturday to Thursday or Friday, whenever they play. I'd just be pure dread.
But what if you beat them?
Then, there's no, like, if we lose to UCLA in the second round, like, that would suck. Obviously, I want them to go further than that, but I would be over it. The Kentucky Sweet 16 game will either be the best moment ever or send me into a permanent, like there's no, that's it. You never come back from that.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about the team, though? Doesn't sound like you're that
Good.
confident.
No, good. We just had the nightmare scenario in the SEC tournament, play 3 games and then lose. But no, we're a really good team. We lost to Florida, who's probably the best team in the country right now.
They might be, yeah.
So we'll see.
I want to see their big boy get out there and play. I really would. They should allow him to play.
Oh, the 7'9" kid? Yeah.
They should let that man play. Just because I want to look at him.
I mean, he's a freak.
Is he good?
I don't know.
Or is he just tall?
I don't know.
He looks like he moves okay.
But he's so tall that it, like, Edie's what, 7'4" or something like that?
7'5", maybe, yeah.
And he was just so tall that it didn't matter if you were good or not.
Yeah.
This guy's 6 inches taller.
It's crazy.
He cut the net down standing on flat feet without using the ladder.
Yeah, he doesn't need a ladder.
Yeah. He just reached up and cut the net down.
But I'm basing this all on just watching him walk. He walks like a relatively normal person would walk.
Which means you have to be crazy athletic.
Yeah, because if you're that tall, you usually get around like you're sick. Like if you're not playing basketball, I assume you use a cane.
What's his listed weight?
I'm gonna
7'9".
He's healthy. He's got like a healthy body. So I'm gonna guess 280, 270.
I'm looking.
Like think about a guy that's 6'9". Think about how tall that guy is.
So tall.
This guy's a foot taller than that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the guy, Connor, what's his last name? I apologize for forgetting his last name.
The St. Jeff Fisher guy?
Yeah, Connor.
Connor.
And he was 7 feet, and he's a mountain of a man. This guy's listed at 7'9", 305. I mean, you have to be 300 pounds if you're 7'9".
Yeah.
And he's skinny.
And he's French?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivier Roux.
If you look up the Florida team picture that they took.
Or he's French-Canadian, sorry.
It's so funny seeing him because they've got some other big boys on that team. Do they have 2 7-footers?
Yep.
They got 2 7-footers and they're standing next to Olivier Roux. And he makes them look tiny. Like little boys. And they're 7 feet tall. So just let that guy play.
Only averaged 8 and 10 over 6 games at the 2021 FIBA U16 Americas Championship. If you're 7'9", you got to be pulling in 20 boards a game.
I mean, it's impossible to not score.
He also might not have
tall.
been as tall then.
All right, so when he was 16, he was how tall? 7 feet?
Probably.
7'6", 16-year-old giant.
7. If 10 boards, that's embarrassing.
Well, who else was on that team?
He's
Unless
Canadian, so that could have been like, that's too late for Shea and guys like that. But Canada's had like good guys coming
They've had
through.
good players, yeah. I'm nervous about this guy, but I want to watch him play.
I'm nervous for like his joints.
His circulatory system.
How tall are his parents?
I heard that his mom was 6'5",
Jeez.
which
Checks
is
out.
like 7'5" for a guy. Yeah.
Right.
And I assume that his dad's also tall. That'd be very funny though if they were just normal, like shorter size.
Yeah,
people.
that'd be insane.
But I feel like at a certain point, being 7'9" is more than just your parents being tall. It's like your thyroid.
For sure, but your
Like-
parents have to be
Yeah.
freakishly tall. Can you guess what he said his superpower would be if he could have one?
Invisibility?
That is correct.
No way. I just guessed.
Aw, poor kid.
Maybe
I mean,
because he's
makes
so
sense.
tall.
Yeah, it does. Like that would be kind of tough, wouldn't it? If you're 7'9".
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's never had a conversation with anyone in his life that didn't start with, wow, you're so fucking tall.
Yeah. Or like, oh, you play basketball?
Yeah.
yeah.
I get that, and I'm 15 inches shorter than him.
If I were him, I would just sit down all the time. I bet his best conversations happen when he's in a chair.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
And him sitting down is probably taller than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
how
sure.
tall would he be from like his ass to the top of his head?
His torso looks pretty long.
I'm guessing that his legs
Probably
are
like my height. 5 feet.
Let's do the math here.
No.
What's the normal proportion of your leg length to your body size?
I think it just depends.
Yeah, but like average.
I would say most people are probably 65% legs.
Let's see. Normal length leg length. Leg length is approximately
It says,
50.
yeah, this one says legs should be roughly 50% of your total height.
Okay, so
The torso length should be 1/3 of your total height.
so half of, let's just say 8 feet, 4 feet. So his torso from his ass to the top of his head would be 4 feet, and then off the ground that's another like he's about 6 feet tall when he's
Yeah.
sitting down
That's crazy.
in a chair.
No, that's insane.
That's insane.
yeah,
That's I still wouldn't be able to have a conversation.
and he
with him,
probably can't.
barely.
He probably can't use regular chairs.
Definitely
I'm
not.
sure he looks like this.
Imagine a flight.
He can't fly in a plane.
He'd have to like have the bed every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This video of him cutting the net is ridiculous.
Would
he just
you
reaches up and does it.
would you trade bodies with him, Big T?
Fuck no.
Not even if it meant that you were going to be an NBA player and probably make like $200 million.
I mean, is this like if that were the case, he'd be playing right now.
Probably.
Like he's obviously good at basketball, but I mean, maybe he turns into an ED type. Who
But
knows?
you don't even have to be good at basketball when you're that tall.
I agree.
Correct.
You just stay in there.
But if he was like awesome, he'd be playing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, PFT, I think your 10-year-old theory stops at him. He was the Guinness World Record holder for tallest teenager. He was 6'1" at age 8, 6'11" by 6th grade, and crossed the 7-foot mark the summer before entering 7th grade.
So he's probably like 6'3" when he was 10.
Yeah.
I kick his ass.
I mean,
He's French.
He's probably skinny.
He's French-Canadian and he's skinny.
Yeah.
Sweep the legs.
Yeah. I'd take his
He's
ass
not
out.
skinny though. He just looks skinny.
But like he's lean. I don't know what you call it.
No,
like,
I know, but I'm saying like you look at him, you think, oh, that guy's skinny, but he's like
Like it's all spread out.
he's huge.
But he's not tall and fat.
Correct. But like
He's just huge.
yeah, I mean he's an animal.
Do we know why Guinness got involved in the whole record keeping business?
It's not
good
the same
question.
company, is it?
I think it's the same company.
No chance.
I think it is.
No chance.
It was because of bar arguments. They were like, we might as well sponsor these bar bets.
Is that true?
I think so,
I'm
yeah.
looking.
You think there's 2 Guinnesses?
I've never given much thought to this.
Oh no, it says Guinness World Records, the record keeping organization, is not the same as the Irish
Yeah, no
Stout.
chance, dude.
Guinness.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yeah. So in 1951, Sir Hugh Beaver, then the managing director of the Guinness Breweries, went on a shooting party in North Slob by the River Slaney in County Wexford. These are all made-up things. After missing a shot at a golden pieuvre, he became involved in an argument over which was the fastest game bird in Europe. It's the golden plover, my bad, not pieuvre. The golden plover or the red grouse. The plover's faster, but neither is the fastest game bird in Europe. That evening at Castle Bridge House, he realized it was impossible to confirm in reference books whether or not the golden plover was Europe's fastest game bird. Beaver knew that there must have been numerous other questions debated nightly among the public, but there was no book in the world with which to settle arguments about records. He realized then that a book supplying the answers to this sort of question might prove successful. His idea became reality when Guinness employee Christopher Chataway recommended university friends Norris and Ross McWhirter, who had been running a fact-finding agency in London. The twin brothers were commissioned to compile what became the Guinness Book of Superlatives and Records. In August 1954, 1,000 copies were distributed for free to pubs across Britain and Ireland as a promotional asset for the Guinness brand, and they became immensely popular with customers.
So it founded it, but they're no longer connected, it says.
Yeah, I guess not, but it sounds like it was, like a little cross-promotion. People
All right,
getting
that's more than I thought.
into arguments in a bar. I had some Guinness this weekend. It was delicious. You guys like Guinness?
I've never
tried
had
it.
one.
You've never had one?
No. I said I was going to do it on Saturday, and then I forgot.
It's good. Guinness has gotten way better in the United States in the last 20 years. Because I had it, I think the first time I went over to Ireland, I was like 15 or 16. Had a few pints over there. It was good. Came back, tried to drink some Guinness here, and I was like, this sucks. And there was only like 1 or 2 restaurants in the area that they like marketed themselves as being the place to get a Guinness in Northern Virginia. And I feel like there's just so many more places that serve it right. I like splitting the G.
Yeah, it's like trending now because of that, I feel like.
Yeah, splitting the G is pretty good. Pretty good bar trick. Big T, you want to get into some news from today? And also, Arian is not here. He's got appointments for his kids. Congratulations to Arian for winning his Rory McIlroy bet on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, congrats to Roy McIlroy.
Yeah. Fun.
He's back. He's back, guys. But in the news today, Big T, speaking of the NCAA tournament, the governor of West Virginia is threatening legal action against the NCAA.
Have you seen the press conference they're doing right now?
I saw that he was going to be having a press conference. What did he say?
The West Virginia governor's news conference has started. His podium reads National Corrupt Athletic Association.
Love that. He made a special trip to Kinko's this morning.
Yeah. Governor Patrick Morrisey calls WVU's snub, quote, a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest level.
Okay, so what's he going to do about it?
I don't know.
Have a press conference?
Maybe they sue. I don't. Who tried to do this recently? I mean, a bunch of
Meatball Ron.
Meatball Ron.
Ron DeSantis threatened legal action against the College Football Playoff Committee when Florida State was left out.
That's right. Yeah.
How'd that lawsuit go?
I doubt anything came of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida State, I believe, had the biggest bowl game loss in history to Georgia,
I think
63-3.
I think they probably just quietly abandoned the lawsuit after that game.
Yeah. I mean, a bunch of state governments have been suing the NCAA, but over like legitimate stuff. But when your team gets left out, Meatball Ron was the last guy to do it. I mean, North Carolina being in was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Kind of crazy.
Their athletic director happens to be the chair of the selection committee.
But he recused himself.
Correct.
He left
Which
the
I
room.
do believe, but also like you're the chairman of the selection committee.
Probably a pretty powerful guy.
He also received a $104,000 bonus for North Carolina making the tournament.
All right, so I looked that up. I saw that same post, and I looked it up online. That's not true. So
It's not?
104,000 is not true. I've seen.
I also saw 60 somewhere.
Yeah, the actual figure is probably somewhere between 40 and 65,000 is what he got. And there's a bunch of clauses in his contract that say if you make the tournament, if you make different levels of the tournament, he gets paid more money because he has to work more because of like overtime.
Okay.
That's still a lot of money to get, and I'm sure that his friends were helping him out and hooking him up. But yeah, the guy from West Virginia, the governor here, I think you just give this press conference and then you just kind of forget about it afterwards, right?
Yeah, you get the cool sign.
Yeah, it's like I did my part.
Yeah, I mean, what else you want him to do? He's done more than he arguably should have.
I need to know how many basketball puns this guy made during this press conference.
This was a flagrant foul.
Yeah, I like that flagrant too. Give me some other ones.
The NCAA has fouled out of its mission
Yeah.
to help these kids.
Yeah. I propose that we drop the B from the word bracket this March. Because that's what it is. It's a damn racket.
Morrissey has asked if he'll file an injunction since the tournament begins Tuesday, presumably to delay its start. He speaks directly to the NCAA, quote, if you're watching right now, I'm urging you to cooperate right away.
So that's not a yes.
Right. He also said...
That'd be so funny if the governor of West Virginia stopped March Madness from happening.
Can you imagine?
He was so angry about it.
I mean, he would be in danger.
Yes.
We've done that once. We're never doing it again.
No, that was so bad.
That was the worst day ever.
It was terrible. They canceled the Big East tournament at halftime of was it St. John's?
It was St. John's, and I want to say Creighton were playing, maybe Butler. The governor also said he's asked the attorney general to launch an investigation into the selection committee to determine if any backdoor deals happened.
I think that it comes down to the fact that Bubba Cunningham, the AD of University of North Carolina, is probably a very, very powerful guy with very, very powerful friends. They didn't want to piss him off, so they said, okay, we'll let Bubba have his team. Because if you think about it, he's connected to very closely connected to Michael Jordan, very closely connected to Bill Belichick. He's got a lot of stuff going on down there in Chapel Hill.
How do we not have this?
Parker
Is the
Posey.
one thing that like the NCAA still controls, that like they have actual power over. And how is the committee still made up of athletic directors and those kind of people? How is it not an impartial? I mean, obviously it's hard to get fully impartial, but like when the UNCAD is heading the thing and they're on the bubble, I mean, it should be.
The thing is, they weren't even really that much on the bubble.
They were, but they should have never been in the tournament.
They should, yeah. It is kind of egregious that West Virginia was left out.
Yeah.
And granted, they only win 19 games, but I mean, plenty of teams win 19 games.
But they beat several good teams, whereas North Carolina has not.
They beat one good team.
They were 1-12 in quad one games, which, by the way, quad one, like you can play a pretty average team and it's a quad one game, particularly if it's on the road.
Yeah.
Like that's not a ranked team every time you're playing.
Right.
But whatever. I think they might make a little bit of a run now.
UNC now? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's how it usually works out. There's always one winner of one of those playing games that will go on to win a couple.
Who's the 6th seed they'd be playing if they beat San Diego State?
Is it Ole Miss?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I love brackets.
It's a great time of year.
Present everything in bracket form.
How many brackets do you fill out?
I fill out one.
Me too.
I fill out one bracket. I might go back. I filled it out yesterday within the first hour of it coming out. I might go back and revise it
That's fine.
before the tournament starts.
Yeah, you have until the game's tip.
But I've got my initial picks down. Who do you have in your Final Four?
I believe it was Florida, Houston, Auburn, Alabama.
Okay.
Not what I want.
3 1s and a 2?
Yeah, well, I just meant in terms of the teams in it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was Auburn, Florida, Bama, Houston, Florida, Houston national championship game, and I think Florida might win it, which sucks, but
Could happen. I've got Michigan State, Florida, Duke, and I think I had I had Michigan State, St. John's, Duke, and Houston as my Final Four.
is St. John's
They're in Florida's
Florida's
bracket, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, a lot can happen.
Who'd you have winning?
I think I had Houston. I believe. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Cooper Flagg because I don't think he's going to be healthy. They're a very deep team, but I don't think he's going to be healthy for the first weekend. And then he'll be a little bit limited, maybe coming back second week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Also, looking through Big T's sheet, Big T, you read the opinion piece in the New York Times.
Yeah, did you read that?
I did read it, yeah. So it's regarding the lab leak hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
It was written. It's in the opinion section, so it's not a scientific paper saying that the
Sure, but there's a lot of evidence in there.
Yeah, I've been pretty consistent saying that we don't know where it came from. If it was from the lab, that would not surprise me at all. But this person is now saying like there's less evidence that it came from the wet market than there is that it came from a lab leak, which I just want to know.
But there's also direct evidence that scientists, in quotation marks, who were saying there's no chance it came from a lab, were saying privately that obviously it did.
Yeah. I think that there were a lot of people that were very worried and very embarrassed about the possibility that if they were working to mutate a virus and it escaped, what that would mean for their careers. I do think like there's probably good reasons why you would work on mutating a virus in a lab, right?
Maybe, but I would hope you would be doing so under the care that would be necessary for that obviously wasn't taking place.
I would hope so too.
Just an interesting little thing that came out.
Yep. What else we got out there today? Anything big we want to talk about?
I had a couple teed offs.
All right, T.
We've kind of touched on both of them.
Go for it.
The first one is This St. Patrick's Day business in Chicago is just out of control.
Okay.
The 1 mile drive from the office back to my apartment on Saturday was like, I was like playing Frogger. Like there's just, and it's 34-year-olds that are like wearing green beads and like they're out walking around. You should have a family. Go be with your children. And it's just mobbed, and I hate it. I hate it so much. The other one was these schools that think they can just get rid of the word state in their names. It's becoming an epidemic.
Go on.
So like McNeese, that was McNeese State for 50 years, and now they're McNeese now. They got rid of it. You can't do that. Nichols State did the same thing. They're just Nichols now.
They're not Nichols State anymore?
No. Nichols. There's a few other schools that have done it too, but no, you don't get to do that. You're McNeese State.
I agree. Why are they taking it out? Just make it shorter?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're trying to create a new brand. I don't know. Streamline.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Also, McNeese just sounds bad.
I agree.
You need something else in there.
St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, though, is, what is it, the largest or second largest celebration?
Gotta be. I don't know.
In the United States? Yeah, there was a lot of pedestrian traffic that was like, you got to be on your toes as a driver.
But also, it's just like the whole thing. It's not my day. It's not my day. It's not for tea.
Maybe just stay inside next time.
Yeah, I would have. We were here for the stream. Then I went home and I thought I was in Ireland.
I think there's just...
I wish.
Most people, or a lot of people in the United States, have at least a little bit of Irish in them. So it just gives you an excuse to get drunk for a day.
But it just looked like there's a bar near the office that I've never seen crowded in my life. It was line out the door, people shoulder to shoulder. Like, how is that fun?
Okay, I agree with you on that. I don't think I've ever had a good time at an event at a bar where you pay for a ticket and then you get
the right to spend more money.
Or even if that ticket includes all you can drink for 4 hours or whatever at that bar. I don't think I've ever had a good time at one of those bars. Because the line to get the drink is always 20 to 30 minutes long.
Right.
You wait in that line, you get your drink, you get out of line, you drink your drink, and then you have to go pee, and then you're out of beer, and then you have to get back in the line. It's no fun.
It didn't look like fun to me, but a lot of people seem to be having a whale of a time.
Yeah, I don't know. Mad Dog, did you have fun?
I did have fun. It was a very long day. I did feel like unk by the end of it.
Can women be unk?
I think women can be unk. Am I auntie?
Auntie?
Am I auntie?
Auntie dog?
Yeah, I was feeling like auntie by the end of the day, but I had a lot of fun. One of our coworkers was motivating pretty much the whole group by being like, "How many more of these you got left in you?"
Yeah.
And I said like 5 or 6. I'm 25.
Sure.
I thought that was a pretty fair number, and he was like, "You don't even have that many."
Well,
Which I don't know what he knows, but
I don't.
But like you went out on Saturday.
Yeah, I went to a friend's house. I didn't like go out to a bar. But
Yeah.
it was a good time. Yeah, you don't just stay in your house after you turn 30.
Right. So I was like, again, I don't think I'll be doing the whole buy the ticket. I bought tickets for the bars and the whole thing. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing that because at a certain point I'm just like, I'm spending a lot of money to go to the same bars I go to for free most weekends. But no, it was fun. And then it turns like nighttime, and then it gets a little scary outside.
Yeah, that's when the kids take over.
Yeah. Like I got to the last bar we went to past nightfall, and it was a scary, scary realization. I am not part of this generation like that. Like Hannah Montoya and all of them are like partying till like 2 a.m. That is not what I have in me anymore.
Yeah, Max pulled a crazy move. He went home, and then he took a nap.
Yeah.
And then he came back out.
One of my friends did that. He took a 2-hour nap on the couch, just ended it. Couldn't keep his eyes open.
And then came back out.
Yep.
That is a wild move to me.
Yeah. It wasn't like a choice. It was like he ran out of energy, ran out of gas.
If I think about my house, if I'm out and I think about my house, and from that point on, I'm done for the night.
Yeah. And he was at someone else's house on their couch, just passed out like a grandpa.
Now that I'm envisioning this scenario, I think it's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Isn't it?
To go home, go
Nap.
home at all.
Yeah.
No.
And then
I
go
couldn't.
back, let alone go to sleep.
Yeah.
These people.
I don't know how.
Now it sounds like from the story you were telling that you were out being part of this.
Well, what do you mean? Like I'm part of the problem?
Well, not necessarily the problem, just that you were engaged.
I was engaged in St. Patrick's Day
Okay.
festivities
Okay.
and some revelry. Went out at about 11. Went home at about 5:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Put in a good 6 hours of partying.
All right.
I think that's a perfect timeline.
I think that's great because I woke up, I had breakfast, I got to sleep in just a little bit.
No, I was at a bar by 9:30.
AM
Yeah.
on purpose.
On
That
I
shouldn't be
paid-
legal.
I paid to be there at 9:30, which was far too early.
How many drinks did you get?
So it was a 9-1 situation. I had probably 8 drinks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I was trying to get the most out of my ticket.
Can I ask, when you were there at 9:30, were you thinking this was a good decision that I made? I'm glad I'm here.
It's not that I think it's necessarily like the best decision I've ever made. It's just like,
But were you happy with it?
yeah, I had fun. I had a lot
Okay.
of fun.
Well, then great.
Yeah. There are only like a couple very, very spread out days in a year where I am drinking before noon. And like that's one of them. So it's kind of like almost like a novelty day because you're like, I don't drink at 9 a.m. And then you are. And then it's like
Good, yeah.
and then it's everyone's drinking at 9 a.m. So it's like,
They sure were, from
Yeah.
what I could see.
so it's like, I'm not any different than these people. We were at Joe's on Weed, actually, site of
Yeah.
Pup Punk concert. And it was just 1,000 people drinking at 9 a.m. So it was like, this is what everyone does.
The nice part about drinking early, though, you go home and you're not hungover the next day.
Yeah, I woke up feeling not hungover at all yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired, but I wasn't hungover. Yeah, no. And then, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I'm here for a limited amount of time. I must get in as much as I can while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did the river dye thing last year. Never do that again. And that's the extent of my St. Patrick's Day activities, probably forever.
You saw the river getting dyed green.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's-
I got up at 7 a.m. to go stand there and watch them do that, to dye the river slightly more green than it already is.
Yeah.
And it was a massive crowd, and everyone was drunk, and I was like, why? I'll never again.
Mm-hmm. It does look cool in the videos, though.
Yeah, you get the gist of it in a video, and it's way better than being there, I promise.
See, in Chicago, it's also kind of a double duty thing because it's the celebration of winter pretty much being over.
Mm-hmm.
And since it was a nice day out on Saturday, it felt like spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it snowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you get for thumbing your nose at the weather.
And the sun simulator.
The sun simulator, yeah. Do we have voicemails that we can
do.
get into today?
Do we?
These voicemails are brought to you by our great friends over at Roman. That's right. Roman. You've heard of them. Rose Sparks. They're a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue, and getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Rose Sparks can give guys thicker, longer erections than you usually have because they get fuller. Rose Sparks give you the boost to last longer, so it's more fun for you both. Rose stays active in your system up to 36 hours, so you can go back to back to back, round after round, and be ready the morning after. Be ready for play with Rose Sparks. With Rose Sparks, get the erection you've always wanted. Ro connects guys with a medical partner 100% online. There's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/macro to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/macro. Get $15 off your first order. I miss having Arian in studio. It was cool to having him down here last week.
I know. It's so fun when he's here. And then he just plays basketball.
And golf. And
Yeah.
by the way, we didn't talk about this on Thursday. We beat the fuck out of Arian in golf. We beat him good.
You did most of the work, but yeah, wasn't even close.
McKenzie too.
Yeah.
McKenzie's approach game was
Yeah.
strong. We beat the shit out of Arian. We finished after 6 holes?
And that was with giving him an extra one. I believe it was done after 5.
Yeah, I think we were up 5-0, right? Or did he get one tie in there?
4.
I think we might have tied on 1 hole. But yeah, just dominance.
And he was like, "Oh, it needs to be 3 against 1." Didn't win a single one.
He's like, "Oh, I don't have my putter. Or, I just bought a $2,000 putter."
Yeah. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, classic Arian. No, but he had a good time up here.
Mm-hmm. He taught me how to shoot a basketball.
Are you good?
No,
Okay.
but he taught me how to shoot.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jack from Georgia. I know in the past couple pods there's been a lot of movie talk, so I figured it'd be cool to go ahead and get everybody's top 5, top 10, something like that. I wanted to list mine out too and see what you guys thought of it. I have The Departed, Saving Private Ryan, Inception, Fight Club, Star Wars Episode 3, The Dark Knight, Ready Player One, Inglourious Bastards, Shooter, and Parasite, with honorable mention to Memento and Whiplash. So just wanted to see what you guys had, what you could come up with, maybe talk about it for a little bit. And everybody take care, stay handsome. See y'all.
So Shooter. He's got Shooter in his top 10 movies of all time. With Mark Wahlberg. I got to be honest, I haven't seen Shooter, but I do know that Mark Wahlberg, he plays a character named Bob Lee Swagger,
Nice.
who is a shooter. He's in the military.
This is the first I'm hearing of this film.
75%, no, that's on Google, 47% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm not saying that it...
He said it was his top 10.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes is always good. I'm just giving it kind of a background. Shooter's just kind of a wild thing to put in there, but I respect the take. Big T, do you have a number 1?
Shawshank.
Okay, that's good.
That's my top. After that, like, that's probably the only movie I really love that, like, movie people would be like, yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, after that, like, my favorite movies after that are probably Moneyball, Social Network, I like a lot. The Hangover.
Mm-hmm.
Fever Pitch. What else? I don't know. It would be a lot of comedies, like 2005 to 2012 comedies, and then like baseball movies.
Okay, that's fair. I would put Forrest Gump probably as my 1-1. I would probably have Shawshank in there. Training Day would be in my top 10 list of movies of all time. Dumb and Dumber would probably be my first
Really?
comedy in there. Yeah, love Dumb and Dumber.
I need to go back and watch it again.
It's very good. It holds up. But yeah, outside of that, let's see.
This just isn't something that I keep like a running list of, but then I'll see a movie on TV or something and be like, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
But I just don't keep track of it.
I'll have to put more thought into this, but top of my head, those are like my top 4 right there. What do you got, Mad Dog?
So my letterboxed 4 faves, which is like what I keep most of it on.
You do that?
Goodfellas would also be in my top 5.
Okay.
I think that'd be number 5.
Oh, that's a good one.
Casino, maybe somewhere in there too. They're kind of the same movie. Just one is in Las Vegas. But Goodfellas, Stand By and Casino. Goodfellas definitely in there though.
I do letterboxed. Not really. I like to look at other people's. I don't watch enough movies where I'm logging a ton of stuff, but I have my 4 favorites on there. When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail,
Mm-hmm.
Call Me By Your Name, Timothy Chalamet's breakout, and with Armie Hammer, Little Women 2019. Those are my top 4. And then I would probably go, honestly, in terms of like most rewatchable, Moneyball is probably on that list too, Big T. Father of the Bride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else.
Have you seen
Oh.
Trouble with the Curve?
Love Trouble with the Curve,
If
but
that movie's on TV, I'll watch the rest of it
Yeah.
every time.
that wouldn't make my list. But I do like that movie. Dune 2 would probably be on that list.
Worst 3 hours of my life.
Saving Private Ryan's pretty good too. I might put that up there.
I've never seen that one.
It's good. It's about World War II.
That's like 7. I
Dark,
feel like
maybe Dark Knight.
couldn't get through that.
How could you not get through it?
Too scary. Turned it off.
Yeah, I think you should give that another chance.
Too scary. The Joker scares me too much. I got to the point in the movie where they were at whatever party and he does the thing with the knife in the mouth. I said, not for me. I'm turning it off. Don't care to go revisit that.
What about animated movie? What's the best animated movie? Toy Story?
I think Toy Story.
Lion King is pretty good.
Never loved Lion King.
Really?
Yeah. Never was one of my faves.
Finding Nemo was a big one growing up for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was massive Toy Story as a kid. I remember when I got a pull string Woody. That was a big deal. I had one, but it didn't have the pull string.
So it didn't talk?
Yeah, but then I got a talking one, and that was sick.
And then you took the old Woody and you threw him away? You wouldn't play with
Probably,
him anymore?
yeah. I was a huge, still to this day, favorite ride at Disney World of all time, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. That's my GOAT since 2001.
Were you a Spirit guy growing up, Big T?
Is that a movie?
Spirit the horse.
Never heard of that in my life.
Oh, that was big for me. Spirit. It was played by Matt Damon, was a horse.
Really?
Oh, I'll throw Good Will Hunting on that list too.
That's a good movie.
I love that movie.
Touched my first boob during that movie.
Really?
Wow, congrats.
Thank you.
At what part? What part? Like,
It's kind of like that episode of Seinfeld where they get caught making out during Schindler's List. Like, that's not really a romantic movie.
Were you in a theater
I was in a theater.
and you just went for it?
My girlfriend. It was my girlfriend at the time's birthday.
hell yeah.
Nice.
So we went out for the night and then did the slick move, put my arm around her.
Uh-huh.
I probably weighed like 117 pounds, gangly. She was an older lady, not to brag. Arm around her. About 5 minutes after the opening credits start rolling, she just takes my hand and she puts it right, boom,
Nice.
right on the boob.
Wait, she took your hand?
Yeah.
So did
Aggressive.
you just the next hour 45?
I like you squeeze a little bit.
Yeah.
Let her know that you're there.
Uh-huh.
Then that turns into some like making out. A lot of braces in that makeout sesh.
Okay.
A lot of braces.
How many other people were in this theater?
It was packed. it may have been opening weekend for Good Will Hunting. So yeah, I fucking loved Good Will Hunting.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Could you still point right to the part in the movie where it happened?
I probably, if I watched it again, because I don't think that might be the only time I've ever seen that movie.
Really?
I might just get like a Pavlov boner
Right.
during
yeah.
like the first 15 minutes. Like
Yeah.
he sees the chalkboard, and I'm like, well, this is a hot scene.
Yeah.
I would put Fargo on my list too. By the way, Fargo's a great movie. Happy Gilmore, and tell you what, I'll put a chick flick on there because I don't even know if I consider this a chick flick, but I know a lot of people do. Clueless.
Good movie.
Clueless was a great movie.
Good movie. You know what other movie Adam Sandler brought, like, you kind of reminded me? I don't know if I'd put this in my top 10, but I love this movie so much. 50 First Dates.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. That movie makes me cry.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever had a heater like Adam Sandler had.
In that stretch of time.
Was it 1993 to 1999, let's say?
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds in there.
I think Deeds is in there. The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison,
Yeah.
Waterboy.
50 First Dates, Waterboy.
Wedding Singer?
Yeah, Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
That's an incredible span.
Yeah. I love Deeds.
I just learned that Mr. Deeds is in Severance.
Oh, yeah.
I just started watching Severance.
John Turturro.
Yeah.
He also plays Jesus from The Big Lebowski.
Wait, really?
Nobody fucks with the Jesus. Yeah, he's a great actor.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I'm on my Severance kick.
How far into it are you?
Season 1, episode 8.
That's dangerous. Don't tell people that.
I know.
You've opened yourself up to be spoiled big time.
I told Big T this. I know some things that happened in season 2 just from being like out on social media and everything, but I just learned some things that have changed.
Yep. A lot of stuff changes.
Yeah. It's so good. I don't know why I waited this long to start it.
Top Gun 2, also on my list.
I was thinking about Top Gun 2 too.
Good movie. Probably the only movie in the last, I don't know, 15 years that I don't think I did it, but I was like, I should go see that again in the theater.
You saw it twice?
I don't remember if I did or not, but I remember thinking, like, on a Saturday I wasn't doing anything. I was like, should just go see it again.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I saw it, I think, twice in theaters, and then I saw it at home, and then I watched it on a plane one time, and then on the plane I fast forwarded through every scene that wasn't them in a plane. It was a great way to watch it.
I believe I may hold the record for amount of time seeing the VeggieTales movie in theaters. Believe I saw it 4 times.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Is that the record?
It's got to be.
Why did you see it that many times?
Because I was a little kid and I made my parents keep going.
Okay.
It was they made a VeggieTales movie, dude. Obviously.
Got to go check it out.
Yeah.
You pick something new up every time.
Yeah.
I want to say I saw Titanic 6 times in theaters. You guys don't understand. If you didn't grow up in the era that I grew up in, Titanic changed everything. It was like the pop culture thing that happened for 2 years. It was like Titanic's out.
Was that 97?
I want to say 96, 97, 98 maybe?
Like more than Wicked?
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen.
More than Wicked.
Titanic was the only thing that was happening in the United States.
Wow.
Hang on, that's your cultural reference of like the biggest thing that's ever happened?
I'm just saying.
Wicked?
Recency bias. I'm just saying that was like the thing for a couple months.
It was a pretty big movie.
I think it was a pretty big thing.
Titanic smashed every record. It was like that's all that they did on talk shows for about a year was just make jokes about Titanic.
Wicked's not even the biggest movie that's come out in the last couple years.
But I feel like it took over like pop culture with the whole press tour.
I think it took over your pop culture.
You're forgetting that
like
people were holding
Oppenheimer
space.
was
Barbenheimer.
1,000 times bigger than Wicked.
But I just feel like the way that Wicked took over pop culturally.
It's hard for Wicked to take over pop culturally though because it was already a show, like a very popular show.
True.
Titanic was like
it's a new thing.
Titanic was everything. That was our Titanic era.
Do you consider Titanic a chick flick?
It's got guns. I feel like they made that movie and James Cameron was like, yeah, it's a great love story, incredible set design, drama. Let's put some guns in there for the guys, for the fellas. How are we thinking about the new men's rights movement, saying like it's kind of fucked up how women and children got to go on that lifeboat and men weren't able to go?
I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, we're relitigating the women and children first thing. It's like, oh, you want equality? Well, then we should have survived the wreck of the Titanic.
Interesting.
How do you like that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That would be a pretty tough way to die. Like there's open space on a lifeboat. Your wife, your kids get on the lifeboat, and you're like, well, see you guys later. I'm a guy. I'm just going to hang out here. Have a good one. Please don't remarry.
I feel like a lot of people had to just jump on.
Yeah.
I feel like if ever there was a time to crowd in, it's then.
When it comes down to it, if you're about to sink into the ocean at like 45-degree water temperatures, and then there's a space on a boat, and your wife and your children are on that boat, to just let that boat go away and be like, okay, I'm fine with this.
Like, did that happen? I feel like that can't have.
Yeah. I mean, that was the rule. Women and children first.
Yeah, but then you hop on after.
If there's room,
if there's room or not.
Billy Zane being like, is there room for a gentleman? By the way, great job casting Billy Zane. Billy Zane is just, there's something about that guy. I'm sure he's a very nice guy, but you look at him, you're like, fucking prick.
I haven't seen the film.
Oh. Billy Zane was also one of the, I think he was one of the bad models from Zoolander. He's just got that look where he looks like an asshole. Sure, I'm sure he's a nice guy. All right, good question.
Next voicemail?
Yep.
Hey, what's going on? It's Squeaks here.
What's up, Squeaks?
Couple updates from last time. I think God heard what I had to say about being positive, and he's trying to test me. Because last week my car with brand new engine, it's got like less than 20,000 miles on it, just failed, shit itself. It's fucked.
Oh no.
And I don't have a car anymore. But that just means my commute went from 5-minute drive to 20-minute walk. Fine, dude. March Madness right around the corner. Everything's great. And then Saturday we had big St. Patrick's Day darty in our lawn. A lot of fun, but it's not as fun when you're hosting the party because you're just stressing the whole time about keeping fucking with your house. People are using the fucking girls using the bathroom the whole time. They didn't want to use the porta potties. Some fucking freshman chick puked on my floor in the kitchen. I had to clean that up. But other than that, great weekend. Also, I go to St. Bonnie's. Shout out Woj. Home game, NIT, Tuesday.
Wow.
So everything's looking great, except for the car. But other than that, everything's looking great. See you guys. Happy March Madness.
Happy March Madness, Squeaks. Squeaks, it sounds like you just got yourself a project. Watch a few YouTube videos, dude. Figure out how to get that bad boy running again.
You got your car running on the first try?
I did. I drove the El Camino home on Thursday. Made it all the way back. See, here's the thing. I think that I stopped to put gas in it right before I put it up for the winter. But I'm not sure. And since the gas gauge is broken, I'm not confident that so the drive home from work was fun. It was a great time, but also at the same time it was kind of nerve-wracking because it was like, fuck, this might just die on me. I might pull it in tomorrow. We'll see about that. But shout out to Squeaks. Enjoy the walk. I like his idea of being stressed out though at a house party if you're in college.
Yeah.
It's like, what are they going to do? What's going to happen? What's the worst that could happen? I'll tell you the worst that would happen at a house party. It's like somebody stole the George Foreman. That's as bad as it gets.
Someone has sex in your bed.
Yeah. Yeah, you see like some strangers doing it in your bed. That's bad. They steal the George Foreman.
And they steal the George Foreman.
People, that was really the only thing of value that most people had in their apartments in college, as far as guys go. Girls always had much nicer places.
My brother last year, he was a junior in college, and the most valuable thing he had in his house, he lived with 12 dudes, and they had a Iberian ham, I believe it's called, just out on top of their beer fridge. And so I walked into this house for the first time, and I looked to my right, and there's just a loose ham. And I was like, what the hell is this?
It's Iberian. It's acorn fed, Matt.
Yeah. He was like, it's our ham. And then that was like, it was insane for me to ask what the loose ham was doing out in the open.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it's Iberian ham.
Yeah, every guy's apartment has one thing that they either all chip in together to buy, and then it becomes a source of pride for the entire apartment. They've usually got one of those, or maybe your parents gave you one appliance.
Right.
Like, if you have a Vitamix or like a magic bullet, then it's like that's a one nice thing that you have. Everything else is like a 50-cent piece of silverware from Goodwill. We had renter's insurance when we first moved into our apartment in college, and it makes you estimate the total worth of all the valuables that you have inside your apartment. And we all sat down trying to figure out what we should put on this list. And we were like, okay, well, we got the Xbox, so that's like $289. Put that on there. We've all got computers, so that's another like $400 per room. And then we've got this sick ass bubbler, and I spent like $220 on that. Are we allowed to put our bubbler on the renter's insurance claim? We struggled with that one for a while, and then after that, I think the next most valuable thing was a coffee table that we had decorated out of beer bottle caps that we spent like 2 days putting together. So, yeah, if you have a party at your place, the carpet's going to get muddy. Somebody's going to fuck in your bed. Toilet might get clogged, and they might steal the tortilla press that you have. That's about it. But good for Squeaks.
What's up, guys? This is Tyler, second time calling in. I think I have a good guessing game for you guys, and that also is, just naming more guys, naming more dudes. So the 10 highest single-season passer ratings in NFL history. There are 8 players on the list that make up the 10 highest seasons. Can you guys name all 8 players? And there are definitely some surprises on this list.
Okay, so Mad Dog, can you look up the list?
Yes.
10.
He also says it.
Oh, he says it?
at the end. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's 10 passing.
Should we just take off our headphones and you listen to it and write them down?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, take them off.
Okay.
Got them?
I've got them.
All right, we'll start out with Tom Brady.
Are you going in order or are you just naming?
No,
the
just
dudes?
naming.
Yes.
Okay.
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
All right, let's try to do this without getting a guess wrong. So let's go our most confident next. Did you want to do Mahomes?
I'm not sure.
Okay, did you want one of the three older? Like Marino?
Yeah.
You want to do Marino?
Let's go Marino.
Dan Marino. Fuck.
Mark Rippon. Damn it.
Patrick Mahomes. Fuck. John Elway.
Jim Kelly.
Matt Ryan.
Ding.
I told you he'd
Yeah.
be on there.
Big T did say that one. All right, so we got 3.
Do you think Drew Brees?
Kurt Warner. Yes, I do think Drew Brees. Kurt Warner.
Drew Brees.
Ding ding. Twice.
Okay.
So you have so far that you got right.
4.
Drew Brees. Who else do you have? Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, Ryan.
And Manning.
She said. We
Okay.
said that. Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Do you think Big Ben?
I'm fine with that guess.
Big Ben. Fuck.
What do you think about Joe Flacco?
I don't know if he'd be on there because he had a great playoff.
I'm just trying to think surprises because he said surprise. I'm assuming that was probably Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's a surprise. Yeah.
You guys have not gotten 1 and 2 yet.
1 and 2.
The best seasons ever.
And I will give you a hint. They are the same person.
I would have guessed that was Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Can you give us the decade?
No, I don't want the decade. I don't want the decade.
The century.
This one.
All right. Great quarterbacks of the 2000s. I mean, it was always Brady, Manning, Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers.
Ding ding.
Yeah. How did we forget
Yeah.
that? So we need 3 more.
Yes.
You
mentioned one, but didn't make it final answer.
Who?
Lamar?
We
Yeah,
never
we
said
Oh, you
that.
said
did.
Lamar?
We did mention
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We
Okay.
actually said final answer. You just
Yeah.
didn't.
Sorry.
Come on, Mad Dog.
Sorry.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
So now we got how many more?
2.
2.
2 more. Is one of them really old?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I was just checking. Troy Aikman?
Nope.
I was going to say, is there anyone from the 90s?
No.
I mean, Troy Aikman, he never really had great stats, but I was thinking maybe he was just didn't throw that many picks. Who doesn't throw picks?
I've got a sneaky one.
Joe Burrow.
Do we think Phillip Rivers ever made this list?
They had great offenses.
Phillip Rivers.
That's a good guess, though.
I thought I really had it there.
Respect for the guess. Let's just go through some teams.
Okay.
All right, let's start with the NFC North, the Vikings. Kirk Cousins would not be on that list, right?
I don't think so, but
I will say
Brett Favre.
no.
Threw too many picks.
The 2 you have left, I think, are both people you would not think of.
Okay.
should we ask for a division?
Yeah. Steve Young.
Uh,
Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, give us a division.
NFC East.
Oh, okay. So Giants,
What about Donovan McNabb?
Michael Vick, Ron Jaworski.
NFC.
Oh! It might have been Nick Foles. Yeah,
Wow.
the year that he had like no interceptions.
Good job. Okay. Last one. I don't know what year this happened. So I don't know what team this person was on when he made this record.
Okay.
But
You
I
could
will
look it up. Oh, well, not if you don't know the year.
Yeah.
Well, if you just go to Stat Reference, it'll show you if his passer rating was like the highest that season.
Matt Schaub.
No, but I believe it's one of them. He was on 2 teams. One of them was in the AFC South. The other is
I already have a guess as to who it is.
Okay. Who's your guess?
I want to hear her say the other division.
the fuck?
I think it's someone who's unfortunately
AFC East.
no longer with us. But that just changed it. I thought it was maybe McNair.
Oh, yeah. So he played in the AFC East. Jay Cutler?
I don't think he played in either of those divisions. Well, he played for the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah. What was the other one?
AFC South.
The AFC South? Okay.
If it's not McNair, it's not the Titans. What was the guy's name for the Jags?
Brunel? No.
David Garrard.
Yeah. Oh.
It can't be him. Are there any other Colts quarterbacks?
Andrew Luck, but that's the only place that he played.
Correct, yeah. And who's the other team? Texans.
Do we know Texans? Or we said Matt Schaub, and she was like, interesting. So let's see, other Texans quarterbacks.
She's laughing. It's got to be on the Texans.
Other Texans quarterbacks throughout the years. They've had some great ones.
I mean, there's no chance it's C.J. Stroud, right?
Say it.
C.J. Stroud.
Okay, AFC East quarterbacks. Josh Allen. J.P. Lossman. No, that's not a real guess.
Who played on the Texans? They've only been around for 20 years.
Yeah, Fitzy, Brock Osweiler.
Oh!
What? Fitzy definitely not.
I mean, it's not, but he played on teams in the AFC East.
Fitzy. Okay. Fitzy, Osweiler, Matt Leinart, C.J. Yates. T.J. Yates, sorry.
I think you guys are looking at the wrong.
Brandon Whedon.
Looking at the wrong
All right,
thing.
so let's just think AFC East now, because we
Okay.
know that AFC East is one of them.
Okay.
Texans, I have my doubts now. AFC East, old Bills quarterbacks, Doug Flutie, Rob Johnson, Jim Kelly, we already guessed. She said no.
I don't
It can't
think
be
it's
Bill.
Bills
It
or
can't be Bill.
Patriots.
Cam Newton?
Didn't play in the AFC South.
Well, do we know that it's AFC South? Because she seems a little confused about that.
One of the teams that this man played for is the AFC East.
Yeah.
And the other team that this man played for is the AFC South.
Okay.
That is locked in.
Locked in.
And we know it's 21st century.
And we
it's
know
the
it's
Texans.
21st century.
Mhm.
So it's not Bills or Patriots.
But you don't know it's the Texans.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, that's
Correct, I
That's
know.
where there's a mix-up.
Oh, you're right. But she did confirm it was 21st century.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we have Patriots quarterbacks. We don't think that there's
It's not Patriots. I mean, they had one.
Drew Bledsoe. Okay.
So think Dolphins.
Dolphins, Jets,
Played for the Jets.
Vinny Testaverde.
Not 21st century. It's...
Mark Sanchez.
he didn't play in the AFC South.
I know. Michael Vick is another one.
What's so funny?
You guys, you are so close.
So it's Jets.
No, I'm not saying that
it's
it
the
is.
Jets. It's who played for the Jets, PFT.
You got Chad Pennington, who also played for
Who played for the Dolphins.
But they're both AFC East.
I also feel like you guys are reading too much into what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking that. Dolphins quarterbacks.
She said no to Jay Cutler.
Tua.
Has only played for one team and sucks.
AJ Feely. Cleo Lemon.
I mean, we're not leaving till
No,
we
we're
get
not.
this.
Dante Culpepper.
This is great podcasting.
Yeah, this is bad, but I feel like everybody out there screaming at their radio right now or at their phone. Jets. Let's see
How
what other
on a
Jets
scale of 1 to 10,
quarterbacks.
how difficult would you say this is to get?
I know this person,
Okay.
so take that what you will.
Why don't you give me
No. I don't want any more hints,
a
Big T.
college
No. I
conference
don't
that
want
this guy
I
went
don't
to?
want any more hints, Big T. Don't want them.
All right, he doesn't want it.
Jets quarterbacks. When I say Jets quarterbacks, who do you think of?
Mark Sanchez, Chad Pennington,
Aaron Rodgers,
totally.
Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold.
We need to go back to AFC South. We dismissed Titans offhand. Are there any other Titans quarterbacks that didn't suck?
I just gave you the list. The only one that I can think of that didn't suck was Matt Schaub for a season.
Did he play for the Titans?
Oh, sorry, the Texans. Titans quarterbacks.
Now, she said she knew this person. I was thinking, is there any chance Kerry Collins in that year that the Titans were awesome just had it crazy, but she doesn't know who that is.
No. Vince Young played for the Titans. Zach Mettenberger played for the
He
Titans.
sure did.
It's not Ryan Tannehill.
It's Ryan Tannehill.
Wow.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Ryan
Wow.
Tannehill, really?
Yeah.
What year?
I don't know.
Was
That's
it that year
great.
he won Comeback Player of the Year where his comeback was from sucking?
His comeback was from being Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. And they got the 1 seed, right?
No.
I thought they had a bye.
Well, it may have been when they two.
I believe it was in 2019.
Yeah. And everybody was like, Ryan Tannehill's back. And people asked me, like, what's one sports take that, like, you refuse to get off of? I said, I think it's that Ryan Tannehill sucks. And then I got dragged. People were like, you don't know ball. You don't watch ball.
I think if you had said SEC, I would have gotten that. Although, honestly, were they in the Big 12 when he was there?
I think they might have been.
I don't know. Like, it's Texas A&M. I didn't know when it switched or like what to say.
He's
They
a wide
switched in
receiver.
2012. Yeah.
And that's when he was in the draft.
That's a good list, though.
Tennessee Titans. That was the team.
I don't. If you hadn't narrowed it down to division, I don't know that we.
No.
I mean, it would have taken us a long. We just
Yeah.
would have gone team by team and listed every quarterback that we could think of.
I know. I when you guys were getting on the Texans thing, I was like, please don't do that. But I was gonna say, did Ryan Tannehill, was he ever Arian's quarterback
No.
when he was on the Dolphins?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I just remember his wife one time got stopped by the police because she had an AR-15 in the back of her car. It was what happened was she returned a rental car, and she accidentally left an AR-15 in the trunk of it. Who amongst us hasn't done that?
Who amongst us? Also, is Ryan Tannehill still actively playing?
No.
Okay.
I think he had some leg issues.
Yeah, it says his last season was 2023.
Yeah.
Sorry it took you so long.
No, it's okay. I think we did okay.
Yeah, you guys did pretty good, like right off the rip.
I mean, who would have ever thought Ryan Tannehill would be on that list? Who are the most surprising ones on that list, Big T?
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Nick Foles, I feel like.
Yeah, but
But he did, like, you
that season
remember
was-
that he played great.
I think that was that a Chip Kelly year. I think it was because I don't think that was the Super Bowl year.
Nick.
I want to say it was like 2014, 2015.
Well, because Super Bowl he took over late.
It was 2013.
2013. He had 2 interceptions that whole season, I think.
2013 would have been Chip Kelly, wouldn't have?
Yeah. I think it might have been.
Or was it? It wasn't Andy Reid.
No, I think
No.
it was Chip Kelly. All right, that's a good guess. Good guessing game. McKinsey, how did he go out there? McKinsey just stopped by the Yak to take part in more of the a flavor of love with McKinsey.
Yes, yeah. So we have there's 4 coming in tomorrow, and basically I saw like their living room, bathroom, like a date outfit, and their refrigerator.
How'd the fridges look?
They looked fine, actually.
I have access to the slideshow right now. I'm looking at it. Some of these dudes have a nice fridge.
But if you're taking a picture of your fridge, you probably clean it up.
Right, you're
going
gonna
to
set it up. I'd assume most of them set up the photos. At least I'd hope. Put some effort in.
Got baking powder in there?
I'm looking at the really nice fridge. I don't see baking
There's one
powder.
really nice like living room apartment, like exposed brick.
Yeah.
On the whole thing.
Loft.
Yeah, loft
Yeah,
style.
I'm into this one.
Mm-hmm. He's the limbo guy.
Wait, what do you mean?
His talent is limbo.
That's a great talent.
So that's the whole thing.
He
He's
also
Parker Limbo.
Is he a smaller guy?
No, I think he's like 6 feet.
Oh, if you're a 6 foot guy that
Right.
can limbo, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because
So
I know a lot of small guys that just tear it up on the limbo
right,
floor.
like I crush it at limbo.
Yeah. That's my favorite move, by the way, to pull at a wedding.
The belt.
I can do it. Yeah, I do it like
Yeah.
once every year, maybe once every other year.
Mm-hmm.
The party gets going, you take the belt off, and
Yep.
then you and a buddy hold the belt out.
Yep.
And then you get the limbo going. Great move at a wedding. Great move at like a crowded bar.
Yep.
If there's like a little dance floor area going on, it really gets people in the zone.
Yeah.
People love
I
it.
agree. It's always fun.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Good wedding date.
But yeah, so I know like there's a DJ.
Okay. Is it Dante?
DJ Decadence.
DJ
Would you go on a
Decadence?
date with Dante?
No.
It seems kind of mean. Okay.
He's like,
No, it's a fair answer.
I don't know if he's in my age range. I'll say that.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Also, we've learned recently that dating coworkers maybe is not always the best idea.
Yeah, I don't want to get swept up in that drama.
Recently, we learned that. Yeah.
Yeah, just recently we've just come
Right,
to
it
this
was only
conclusion.
by example. But no, yeah, they seem nice. They're coming in tomorrow, so
Let me ask you guys: did we talk about that on the show about the location thing?
Oh, like sharing locations?
Yeah.
I don't think we.
I don't think we did.
Is that something that the youths do?
Yeah,
I've got like 30 people's locations.
Really?
I think it's more a girl thing.
Yeah.
I think it is too.
I check on
But
my
it's definitely a young thing as well.
I check on my friends like when we go home from the bar, when I want to know what everyone's up to. If I call someone and they don't answer,
Yeah.
I check their location to be like, are they busy?
I think the only friend whose location I have is Hank's. No, he has mine. That's right. I think I gave him my location 4 years ago when we were out on the road somewhere.
Right.
Just never took it back.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hank at any time could just check in on me, spy.
Yep.
Hank would never share his location because it would always be on the golf course.
But I love sharing locations.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't feel like, you want your friends to know where you are?
I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, but like just being mysterious.
Like, if I need to be mysterious,
Yeah.
then you can turn it off. Like, I'll pause it sometimes.
But then that's more
But then
suspicious.
they'll know. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just like, well, I guess that's how we got into a mess, or not me.
Exactly.
Other people got into a mess at work. But I don't, sometimes though, like it genuinely is like, you're in a bad location for service and it just says like no location
Yeah.
found. So yeah, no, but I never really turn mine off. I don't think about it that much.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it either way. I think it's fine to share them
I am pro.
if you want to, but if you don't.
Well, Hank can tell you where I am. If you ever can't find me, hit him
I'll
up.
text
Yeah, we'll
Hank.
text Hank.
Today's episode was brought to you by Stella Blue. Stella Blue Coffee. Guess what? It's March, and we're doing Mug Mania. That's right. Mug Mania. Go to StellaBlueCoffee.com. Place your vote for Stella Blue Coffee's next best-selling mug design. And you can also design your own logo. And if they pick you, then your logo might be on the next mug from Stella Blue. The best part of Stella Blue is a portion of proceeds from every purchase benefits Paws Chicago, finds homes for more than 5,000 dogs and cats every year. It's home to the nation's largest medical hospital for homeless pets. Stella Blue Coffee's delicious roasts are available in cold brew, K-Cups, ground, and whole bean formats, so they seamlessly fit into your morning coffee routine. Order yours now at StellaBlueCoffee.com. It's delicious coffee. Stella Blue Coffee, great purpose, better coffee.